Hello and welcome to Peggy's Plants, coming to you from Central Florida. Today I'd like to share with you some of my big box finds over the last month, starting off with plants that I found at Lowe's. One of my favorite finds was this Philodendron brantianum. It's in a cute little quirky hanging pot, and I saw this pot before I even realized what plant was in it. I would have bought this pot with weed in it. It was just so cute and ridiculous looking that I had to have it. But this is my first time ever finding a Philodendron brantianum in a big box store. I know other people had been finding them, but I had never seen them. This one comes from Live Trends, and it was $17, which I don't have a problem with given I'm just in love with this pot. But for a brantianum, that's not bad either. I have had two brantianums in the past. They were cuttings, and they didn't do well for me. They actually died. This one is made up, you can see, of several cuttings, and I kind of tugged on them to make sure they were rooted. This pot is a cash post, so I can still pull this inner pot out and bottom water, which is how I like to water my plants. So it's a win all the way around, and the ridiculous little pot to me is just everything. And I have this just hanging out in my plant room. It's under a grow light that's a little dimmer than, it's not on full strength, but it seems to be very happy in there. And that is my plant number one and one of my favorite finds. As you're going to see, I was really out of my comfort zone when it came to getting plants in the last month. I decided to pick up this Calathea Freddy. I don't have, well, Calatheas have been doing okay for me. I've been trying to avoid the ones that are very difficult to keep. And I've been looking for one of the rattlesnakes. Haven't found another one, but I found this Freddy, and it's similar enough that I'm happy with it. It's been easy to care for so far. And I just love the leaves. I love the markings. And I keep it in a back room. It's getting indirect, bright light throughout the day. And it's just happy. It's been easy peasy, no problems at all with this, which is very surprising to me for a Calathea. But it's one of those that you all recommended, so I decided to pick up. And as you can see, like I said, it's very happy. You see these roots hanging out of the bottom of the pot? It needs to be repotted here shortly. So that's my Calathea Freddy for $12.98. And I also got this Calathea orbifolia. I may be pushing my luck with these Calatheas, but when I saw the size of this leaf and the leaves on this plant and the markings, I had to have it. Again, this is one of those Calatheas you all, the viewers, told me was easy to care for. So I'm trusting that you gave me good advice and weren't setting me up for failure. But so far it has been very easy to care for. I've been bottom watering. It's been growing. It has put out a new leaf. And I love this plant. I just love everything about it. The markings, the size of the floppy leaves remind me of elephant ears or something. But very nice plant, and it is another one that I picked up at Lowe's for $12.98. The last plant that I picked up from Lowe's was the Epiprimnum Global Green. I had not even heard of this plant until about a month ago. One of the viewers mentioned it to me and sent me a picture of theirs. Unfortunately, I don't remember your name, but yes, I heard you and I was on the hunt. And I go to the store the next week and here's this global green sitting there. I love the light and dark green together. It's a very subtle variegation, but I really like this plant. Talk about easy to grow. Just like any other pothos, it's like effortless. It does its own thing. So it is a part of the Trending Tropicals collection. So it comes in that ceramic pot, either the white one or the black one. And so it does cost $20, but I feel like it was well worth it. Now on to Costco. I went from buying no plants to buying all these plants, but when you're finding good plants like this, look at this. This is what got me. Do you know what this is? Yeah, it's a Begonia Masoniana, also known as an iron cross. Look at the size of this leaf. This plant gives you so much. I mean, it has so much texture. The leaves are highly textured. They have these little hair-like looking, bristly, bumpy, I don't know how to describe it to you, but it's a busy plant. It's got those markings that are so dramatic. And then the hairy legs. Love a plant with hairy legs. And so I had to have this plant. And I got it, like I said, at Costco. And it was $12.98. On that same shopping trip at Costco, I found this Alocasia black velvet. This plant is absolutely beautiful. I love the contrast of the dark leaves against the bright white veining. The leaves are nice and velvety and very textured, surprisingly textured. I'm trying to get you a good look so you can see here, but they're firm, thick leaves. They're not thin like most alocasia leaves. I was taken by this plant, not just because of the foliage though. When I was looking at it, I noticed that this plant had been in bloom recently. And so I turned it around and I found some seed pods. I don't know, I've never grown a houseplant from seed or anything, and I don't really know the care of them. But yeah, I went all in these seed pods and got what I believe to be the seeds out. And here they are drying out, and I'm going to see what I can do with them. And the begonia as well as that alocasia are just in here in my living area with the rest of my plants. I don't have it by a humidifier or anything, but my house stays pretty humid here in Central Florida. And so far they both seem to be very happy, although they're outgrowing their space and I'm going to have to relocate them. But so far, everything's going well with these plants that are like way out of my comfort zone. And why stop at 2 plants when you're at Costco? Man, I'd never been in a Costco and looked at plants before. I don't have a membership, but I was there with my friend, and I also found this crocodile fern. Now, if you follow me, you know I've been looking at these crocodile ferns for quite some time. And this one, the markings just seem so dark and everything that I had to go ahead and pick it up. And it's got nice texture to it. This is one of those plants that every time I walk past it, I have to run my fingers down the leaf. Hopefully I don't kill the plant doing that. But there's just so much texture. Just a very nice plant. And nice contrast the veining, between the veining and the bright green leaves. And this is my first fern ever. So yeah, hopefully everything will go well with this. But again, viewers told me that this is an easy fern to take care of and that I shouldn't be afraid of it. So I took your advice and I went on and picked up this crocodile fern. And the last plant that I'm going to show you today is from Home Depot. And it is also one of the newest plants put out in the Trending Tropicals collection from Costa Farms. And it is called the Georginanthus, oh gosh, let me get it. Georginanthus ciliatus, also known as the Geo. I did put a care video out on this plant. I've had this one actually a little bit over a month, but I noticed that it was very hard to find any care instructions on it, so I did do a care video. It's been easy to care for. It's a wonderful plant. It's beautiful. It reminds me of my ZZ Raven just because of the color, and very easy peasy. So that's about it. Thank you so much for coming along and seeing my plant haul. Take care. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.